Let's get this figured out. This world gon' give me whatever I need until I get this vision out. Then they gon' pay me whatever I ask, cause I got it figured out. Family be checking all up on a nigga to see how I'm feeling now. Damn, they love to see a nigga really make a killing now. I put a lock on the game and I hide the code and the keys. I am not playing no games, I really play this shit for keeps. That shit for me.
MaddenHeadz YouTube. What's going on? It is your boy, Coach DC, coming back at you today with another video. You see me getting my zone setups. I think I was doing a playbook this game, but actually ended up being a really interesting game. One thing I do early in games is I'm gonna watch the rotation of the safeties. Although I totally missed that read because that streak to the tight end was wide open. But if this is just something for food for thought. If you're playing, you know what I'm saying, you want to learn how to read defenses, that's probably where you're going to start with your safety rotations. Learn what the safety positioning pre-snap is, or what that means, and then learn what the safety rotations are post-snap and what that really means. And if you learn that, you'll see the difference. You know, it'll give you some tips and some clues when the play starts and the safety rotation starts at the beginning of the play. It'll give you some clues as to what the defense is in. All right, so anytime I score early, especially on a play like that, I mean, it's for as nice as a play as that was. What I actually said when I scored was like, oh God, that's a bad sign. And as you see me, my user was just totally terrible on that play. But yeah, that's normally a bad sign for me if I score early on something like that. And so you see him just run off left side right there. And so I can get this guy credit. He made nice reads. Yeah, it's not a whole lot I can't criticize this guy. You know, y'all know I don't too much criticize people too much anyway, but I had to get up, I had to switch off to Williams to try to guard for that return route. I felt like Anderson played some really good defense on that. I feel like I got jobbed on the SWAT right there. Yeah, I was in really good position. I wish I could show y'all the real replay because that SWAT was terrible. It's like he took his hand back at the last second instead of swatting. Man, that was a counter play action. That was crazy. And it actually worked. Yeah. Nice read. Went across the middle right there. It was a good play by me right there with the user to step up in the hole. And here's where things got a little wonky. You see my corner right there in the hard flat, and then just watch him just drift off into Never Land, wherever the hell he was going. But Jesus, like, bro, what the, yeah, like, man, help a brother out or something. I mean, like, what was that? But all right, so 7-7. I like I said, when I score early like that, I already knew I didn't have a chance in hell of stopping him on that first drive. All right, so red zone scissors, especially out of gun doubles, a lot of what I like to do is I'm gonna bring that outside receiver in motion because he stops right there. He doesn't cross the formation, so it gives you kind of a unique little situation here where I can run a comeback route and then have a flat route outside of it. And because of that comeback route is in between the numbers and the hash marks, it's just a really good spot, especially for that. Like, let's say if he's in a cover 2 or Tampa 2. So when that safety drops or rotates over that little empty spot right there, that comeback route is open. And then I'm always looking for that route, whenever I'm in that formation. But yeah, on the backside, you're still running your same high-low with the flat, the little post route and the running back on basically what has become the corner route now in the hot route system. All right, so good plays right there. First down, I'm running, what is this, China post right here. I think I'm going to stem down the square guy. Again, like with those speed ends, or those little square end plays, I like to stem them all the way down and they become speed ends. Watch him just keep his speed as he crosses the triangle guy. Even though I'm not going to him, that route is probably more efficient than even a drag route, especially in man-to-man, because if you have any kind of short route running, your receiver gets really good separation. Man, come on, man. Give me my seal block right there. That was big yards we could have got on that. Nevertheless, 2nd and 9. So we're going to go back to the China post play, except we're going to run it a little bit different. Still going to stem down that in route. Just going to give a comeback to the square guy on this backside and then table route the running back. And then, I probably should have been a little bit more patient because I could have got that comeback route. But, sometimes when I'm playing, I'm trying not to. Sometimes it's like Madden will bait you into seeing stuff that's open. And then, when you go to it, man, please. A guy will pop up out the turf. 4th and 3 right here. I should have took the circle route on the drag. I was kind of locked into that return route right there. Cooper caught it in between a nice little passing window. Made a nice move right there too at the end to get about 7-8 extra yards. Tried to run a counter right there. Did not work. Went back to my little return route play right there. Oh, reliable. Got me right down here. Right to the end zone. And so I wanted to run the ball right there and just get in, because sometimes, it's tough passing down there, but ended up having to take the 3. And so I'm just not fooling with Madden at this point. I just want to take my 3 and, try to do what I do. So I know some BS is coming, and, there's a knock at the door and here comes the BS. Yeah. Delivery. On time. Always. The pursuit angles on that play, just go back and watch. That was hideous. All right, so come out on 1st down right there. I think that's a levels play or something like that. Yeah, nice little play, little concept I have. And so at this point, I'm like, man, he is not really adjusting to this little route combo that I'm running over here. And so I hit him on the comeback route right here on 1st down, pick up about 20, I don't know how many yards that was, 20-something yards. But, because he's sitting in that, he's either sitting in a cover 3 match or he's running like a cover 6 off of it or something like that. But I'm like, nah, anytime anybody's running match coverage, outside speed outs, comeback routes to the outside are killers. I don't, that's why I don't run match. But anyway, so up 17-14, 3rd quarter, 2 minutes left. Man, I just dove away from the tackle at that point. But all right, so picked up 3 yards, missed the jam right there, but that's all good. I still was playing some really good defense, but that was a really good read by him. I'm guessing that might have been his 3rd or 4th read, because he hit that guy on the backside. Because, man, I felt like I had some good defense on that. All right, little cheat motion right there. Jam at the line, switch stick. Had my guy dropped over there. I really thought that was going to be a book. Normally, he's a bigger guy, so still, but normally my edge guys, when I drop them in those like seam flats or whatever over there, normally they will attach to that route a little faster. Good defense right here, but man, that's a good route concept. I actually run something similar to that hook out of that formation. Any of those hooks to like tight ends or stuff like that, if you throw those routes with timing and you have another route in the area, it's hard to stop. Had to dial one up right there, ran a little crossfire blitz, got a little edge heat, made him get rid of it, and came back with a little bit of pressure right there. That was good defense. I don't know, my linebackers and safeties are just not matching to the routes like fast enough. They're just not closing the windows fast enough. So picked up a 1st down right there, and now shoot, we got to make a stop at this at some point. So we get down here, I run a little loop concept, I get some minimal pressure, but I'm in good position, and Rap just sits there, just lets the guy cut right across his face. He just doesn't step up and make a play. I'm like, dude, I'm running over there to try to make sure that he doesn't run around the corner, because sometimes when those guys scramble, even if you have a guy over there, he'll stand there and let them run right around him into the end zone. So, all right, so now we're down 21-17, but I have 3 timeouts. It's 2 minutes, 46 seconds. My thing is, just don't get greedy. I see he's dropping a lot of people. apparently because he's trying to stop, the return routes and the comebacks and all this stuff. But again, I'm just catching him. He is not adjusting to this comeback route over here. So I hit him with it once again. Nice little snatch move right there. Get him back up in the hole. Good pickup of 9 right there. And so now it's 1:31 left. And so now I'm in good position. I have 3 timeouts left. I'm running the ball really, really, really good. My thing is I want to score and make sure that he has minimal to no time, on the clock to be able to get all the way down the field, because I lost my voice. He has 3 timeouts at this point. And so, again, I haven't proven that I can stop him, even though, it's not a high scoring game, but when he possesses the ball, he's basically been able to convert like every time. And so at this point right now, I'm just trying to score, keep the clock moving, get yards, get down here, score, give him maybe 10, 12 seconds, if that. Good play right here, getting around the corner, and as fate would have it. Oh boy. Hey man, a wise man once told me, he said, son, look at me when I talk to you, boy. He said, it's not the fumble. He said, it's the result of the recovery that hurts. Yeah, let that sink in. Anyway, man, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. It's Coach.